Good morning and welcome back to Upload TV. This week we're in West Yorkshire in a place called Mirfield and the home of Dewsbury District Golf Club, situated just off the M62 and not too far from Leeds. We've got an absolute stunning day. It's end of September, so not what you'd normally expect, but looking forward to getting out there, seeing what this parkland setup has to offer. So let's go and play some golf. Right, so holes 1 and 2 are all uphill, and you can see behind me there's a bit of an incline on the second in particular, but once you get there the views are absolutely stunning. I'm not too sure if we're at the highest point on the course as yet, but certainly if you take a look around, and it's a clear day today, the views are quite breathtaking. Right, so we've made our way to the third tee box, and it certainly is what you'd call an elevated position. If you take a look behind me, the hole itself that we're about to play is a slight dogleg from right to left. We can't quite see the green from the tee position. What I can see is some yellow stakes on the left hand side. So we've got a pond which is, I would say, and it's only from my eye, I don't know, maybe 200-250 yards away on the left in the corner of the dogleg. So obviously you want to be right, or certainly down the centre with your tee shot. But an absolute stunning position to hit your tee shot from. And as ever with these raised tee boxes, it tends to be a bit more encouraging, and everybody likes to hit down the hill as opposed to up it. So we'll try and get a drive, like I said, right of centre. I think it'd perhaps be ideal. Yeah, it's slightly more right than I want to be. Hopefully with the camber I would think that would again kick in slightly from right to left, but absolute stunning views from the third tee at Dewsbury District Golf Club. Right, okay, so we're at the our approach shot into the third, found the green side bunker. Once again, when you get down to the green, slightly lower position, you've come all the way down, remember, from that elevated tee position on the third, and some great views again over what is the, I don't know if you can see in the background there, that's the first green, and some great views in the distance. Had a look at the bunkers on the way up, and they certainly look to be very well maintained in appearance, look good, and again, nice amounts of sand in them all, so hopefully we can have a bit of a test and see what they're like and get this one out. We've got a fair bit of green to work with, so in theory, nice and easy. Or you can do that and catch it thin, and I've managed to throw one over the top of the green and miss it altogether. But no excuses in terms of the quality of the bunker. Sand is perfect, nice to play off, and if we land in a few more, might get a bit used to it, and it's a bit of a better shot on the next one. Okay, so quick stop off on the fifth hole, which is par 5 and measuring just over 500 yards. Tee shot, fairly wide fairway to hit, and an obvious camber that you can see, which is from right to left, which continues right throughout the hole, as you can hopefully see behind me. We're stood in, I played driver 6 iron, and I'm still sort of 140 odd out. And the interesting thing is, and having not played the course before, is to make sure that you stay as far right as possible if you want a clear line into the green. Hopefully again, if you can make it out through the trees, there is the flag. So we're completely blocked out in terms of a straight line, and it's got to go over the trees and make its way to the green in that way. So try and stick right if you can, but a real interesting par 5 on the 5th. Okay, so the golf course itself, Dewsbury District, was originally designed by Tom Morris, and we're on the 9th, which is named after him. Fairly short par 3, so looks fairly inconspicuous from the tee box, but when you get to the green you realise that there's absolutely no easy 2-putt from wherever your ball lands on the green. And to demonstrate that, I've just put 3 different position balls, quite a difference between them all 20 yards apart, and where the flag's cut today, hopefully you can pick up from camera the kind of swings and the severity of the slopes that are on this. That one had a big swing round from right to left. This ball here is a case of just setting it off, and I would imagine it's going to race down the hill, and you'll be hoping that one stops not too far past the hole, and we'll take that, I would think. And again, from the front side of the green, we've got another sloping straight down into the hole. And yeah, real difficult green, great green, and also some great views in the backdrop to boot. Okay, so a quick stop off, we're midway down what is the 13th fairway, and it's stroke index 2, and I always like to see why stroke index 1, 2, 3s, or what makes them so difficult. And in this hole, I chose driver off the tee, and fortunately went slightly, I would say left of centre, and got away with it. But you can see now when you come over the slight brow of the hill, the green is well protected in terms of there's some thick and dense gorse bushes to the right, so leak your ball anywhere down this right hand side and it would probably be a reload from the tee. You can go left, but again, you haven't got a lot of room to play with, and then we're playing into what is a well protected green, so nice little hole and easy to see why it's coming up as stroke index 2. Right, we stopped on the fairway on 13. I talked about what you need to avoid, and there was a small target to hit in terms of the green. Now we've got up to it, I thought it was an opportune moment to just take a quick look. It's all the camber is from right to left. Some of the undulations around the right hand side of the green again are all kicking from right to left as well. Front bunker right to avoid, 2 bunkers to the left, so a real difficult flag to get out, fairly small and narrow target, and yeah, as I said earlier, easy to see why this one's stroke 2. Okay, so if you've visited Dewsbury District Golf Club yourself, then you'll know, certainly remember the 14th tee. It's one of the most elevated tee positions that you'll stand on and offers up some fantastic views, and we've had some great golf holes between 1 and 14, but you have to say one of the great features, and we've mentioned quite a lot, is the views that you come across at Dewsbury, and none more so than stood off this 14th tee. It's we've not played it before, and I'm struggling with distance wise, because what they've done here, there's 2 sort of split fairways. The first landing area, I would guess, it gives you sort of a tee shot which 200 yards into the first fairway, and then there looks to be a severe drop down, and my guess is that'll be rough between there and what is the where the fairway sort of starts once again. So as we're on a bit of a day trip and on holiday, we're going to give it a whack and see if we can carry it all the way over the top, but I'm not too sure if that's necessarily a wise idea. We'll soon find out. I think maybe if you were playing in a competitive match, the shot is to hit a club of around 200 yards to start with. It's nice to see one flying up in the air, and it's gone straight. It just depends what the carry is. I don't know, but we'll find out. I think we found dry ground there, and we'll go and have a look down. But yeah, absolutely, yet again, another stunning view and a great golf hole on the 14th. So just for future reference, if you do come and visit Dewsbury yourself, and just a bit of prior knowledge, we stood on the 14th tee. I was unsure of whether it was driver or to lay up shorter, and I would think that you can comfortably take the driver out the bag, and if you're comfortable 200 yards airborne, then I would think you'd carry that split in the 2 fairways, and you'll find yourself somewhere down here. Makes the hole a fair bit easier to play. We've got 100 in, again continues itself all the way downhill. So yeah, I love this hole, and we'll see how we can get on, see if we can get one close, and maybe walk off with a birdie. Okay, it's very unusual. We stop off on 3 different parts of one golf hole, but thought it was worth doing as yet another little surprise thrown up on 14. So from our great elevated tee position, wedge into the green, and we're now looking straight back up the fairway to where we've just come from, and what you see is this unusual brick built wall, which is a nice little feature. 2 bunkers sit in front, which you'd have hopefully seen from the previous clip, so really difficult to run your ball all on the way. It's that case of throw it up high and clear the wall, but again, unusual but very attractive feature again on the 14th green. Stop off on the 15th fairway, and another great golf hole into the back 9. Just wanted to take a bit of a glance behind really. Took driver off the tee. My tee shot was a little bit right of what you wanted to be, and you find yourself in the first cut of rough, so you're looking for a good lie, but then it's all about the approach shot. Shouldn't have much in your hands. We were still only 130 out. Bit of a wind picked up today, so you're hitting into a small target that's very well protected, but a lovely looking golf hole, plays really nice. Okay, so 17th tee, we're nearing the end, and we could have possibly filmed off virtually every tee position on the back 9. Some stunning backdrops, and yet again another one. We've actually we normally play yellow visitor tees, but we just stopped off on the white to have a look. It's a slightly different hole. You play from the yellows, it's pretty straight, slight dogleg right to left, a lot more severe in the shape and the angle of the dogleg from the white tees. So pretty narrow, as you can see. You want to be, I would think, slightly right and see if you can bring it in from right to left, which is a tall order. Haven't stayed too far right, and to be honest with you, we only just cleared the trees, so we're lucky to get away with that one. But we should have a shot, albeit a slightly longer one, down into the 17th green. Okay, so middle of the fairway on 17. As I said to you, from the tee and whichever one, we had a look at the yellow tee box as well, and again there's a slightly less severe dogleg, still from right to left. You want your ball on the right hand side as well in terms of the camber again, which is from that right hand side, and then depending on your angle in, you may have to take on the tall oak tree on the right, but if you can go down that left hand side, just beware there's some red stakes and a little pond there that awaits as well. So a lovely little hole near the finish here at Dewsbury. Okay, so our round's come to a finish at Dewsbury District. We couldn't ask for better weather. Absolutely superb autumn day, September the 30th, so yes, some fantastic weather and t-shirt weather. Notable thing about the greens and the time of year, the greens had been slit, but we're still performing very, very well in terms of the pace and roll. But it was noticeable they've had a little bit of work on them in recent weeks. Overall, great layout of a parkland golf course. A lot of the parklands can be maybe a little bit boring in the fact that everything's laid out in front of you. Not the case here at Dewsbury. Some very much changes in elevation, change in undulation and change in shapes of the fairways themselves and the holes, and it offers up some interesting tee shots. As we've seen on the video, we obviously want to focus on the golf course, but you can't play Dewsbury and not mention the views, because they're quite stunning and I think an enjoyable part of anybody's game of golf when they're making their way around a golf course. Facilities wise, got great practice facilities. They're just behind the camera to my left, so some driving range facilities there, obviously your regular practice putting and so on and so forth. The clubhouse itself, only 15 years old, so a nice modern clean building, and the people at Dewsbury very, very friendly and make you feel as though they want you here to play some golf. Value for money, I think, again goes right up there in terms of 10 out of 10. You can play this course for as little as £25 a round, and I think that is realistic and very, very good value for in terms of the quality that you're going to get for £25. So yeah, so for us, if you're in, it's Mirfield, it's West Yorkshire, just outside Leeds. So if you're in realistic travelling time of that area, then I would certainly suggest you won't be disappointed with a trip to Dewsbury District Golf Club. You'll have an enjoyable day. So yeah, excellent day for us. And don't forget, if you like what you see from the videos that we do, subscribe to our YouTube channel, and that way you'll get notifications each time we post one of these video course reviews, or indeed the aerial footage. Follow us on Twitter and like us on Facebook, and also register, and don't forget to leave your own comments and reviews. We'd love to hear some feedback from yourselves on what you think about the golf courses up and down the UK and Ireland. So